Everybody loves a good stream night. Okay, today we have a dirty little horror phone that has come a long way from Texas to iPad rehab, and apparently it has already been making the rounds. So this phone has been to, I think, 3 different folks before, and what's cool about it is that a guy brought it to the class, Mike, and he knows the guy who worked on it before him. I think it's his phone, so he got it back. The guy who worked on it before him is a name that I recognized from the Introduction to Microsoldering Facebook group. So I asked, I posted on that group and said, anybody know about this phone? So the guy who worked on it last was like, oh yeah, the phone was such a headache, and he had all of this kind of backstory and information and things that he did. And then he knew the guy who worked on it before him from a WhatsApp group. And so he had pictures from that guy that worked on the phone. So it's kind of become a big repair family phone, and now it's on our desk. And so Mark and I are going to look at this together, and we'll just sort of tell you how we would approach a phone like this. So the original thought was no backlight. And I was triaging phones yesterday to see what we were going to work on at the course to see if this was a good learning phone, which it's not. It's got way too much history. So yesterday it would just load the Apple logo and it would not come to a full lock screen. I just took it board out now and checked, and I was able to get the phone to be recognized by iTunes and come to the lock screen. So it has image and it is recognized by iTunes. But it seems a little wonky because yesterday it definitely did not get past, it would be recognized by iTunes, but it would not load the lock screen. It would stay on the Apple logo. So something was a little flaky with image. So let's start by taking a look at this board. And our approach would be eliminate variables. All right, so Mark, look at this with me, and let's kind of see how our thoughts match up. So we'll look at the board sort of head to toe and see what the deal is. All right, so I'll look down here under the microscope. So overall, there's a lot of work done to this board. It's pretty beat up. It's got a lot of signs of too much time spent in an ultrasonic cleaner. So for those of you guys that have like jewelry style cleaners that, you know, not necessarily a cleaner, but just flux on the board for extended periods of time causes this sort of water damage. It is water damage from either the flux or the ultrasonic solution, and that's a bit of a variable. But generally, those caps are probably not going to be dead because of that. So up here, it looks like we are missing a component there. There's been a lot of probing around on this board. You can see that, a lot of jumpers and whatever. Mm-hmm. Right? This is a clearly broken glass diode, which it's really not okay to just ignore something like that. That we can look up on the schematic, but that is going to be either an ESD protection diode, or maybe it's there to prevent signal bounce from pressing the button. We're not exactly sure its purpose. All right, looking around over here. There are 1, 2, 3 missing components here. And I think these guys are filters, which you can't just leave off a filter. If that's required. So that's going to be, you really can't move on and do any kind of diagnosis with those guys off the board. And then we'll look down here. The connector, as I look at the connector, I can tell that the connector has been replaced. And when I looked at the board in the housing, one of the first things I noticed was when I look at it on the side to see whether or not the connector's been replaced, and I look at those joints, I noticed a solder ball was just kind of sitting right there. So that itself is a variable, and it means I'll have to pull this connector just to investigate that and eliminate that as a variable. All right, now this is the part that I don't understand, and I think the last guy that worked on this foam, I've kind of seen some posts from him, and he has this. Do you know this guy? Do you know who I'm talking about?
Aaron?
Yes. When did he first get on your radar screen? Is he on your radar screen?
I don't know. I've seen him post a few times.
Yeah.
So
I remember the first post that he made, and I told him that he did a jumper, and he's like, "What do you think of my jumper?" And what he used for a jumper wire was something like this. It was right around like December, so he used something like that
yeah.
on a jumper. And he says something like, "What do you think of my jumper? Does my jumper look okay?" And I said, "Sure, if you're gonna hang the board on a Christmas tree," which I thought was exactly right. Apparently that was mean, so I'm definitely not trying to be mean, because you can tell there's a lot of folks out there that try to learn board repair, and some folks really ask good questions and really kind of start really thinking, and I can tell that he's one of those guys that really uses his brain. And so we'll try to so I wanted to do this. I definitely don't want to throw him under the bus. I think that he's a very thoughtful guy, so we'll see. All right. But I don't get what's going on over here. All right, so this is a interesting backlight jumper going on here, but I don't really get it. So it makes sense that this guy here, this cap, is going to connect to the backlight pin, which I'm pretty sure, I need to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's pin 3 is backlight.
Yeah, I think that's right.
All right, so we have this jumper is talking to pin 3, and I don't have a short to ground. It's not talking to ground. So that's good. That's a path to get to pin 3. And then to his credit, he has a filter here. So this jumper is going to, it's making this kind of come through a filter. So putting a filter in place is good. And then he's got it down here connecting to this cap, which I think works. I think that is a reasonable solution. But what I don't understand is, why are you making a jumper and all of this work at all when the pads are right there and the pads seem fine? So I don't understand.
Is there continuity from the pin to the...
Are the pads like gone? All right, let's see. Which one is it supposed to talk to? All right, so from there.
Yeah.
And then this pad, I guess, talks to probably the back of the board.
So then...
No, it talks to this cap. So the pads seem okay. So I don't understand why you wouldn't just put a filter on the pads. Can you think of a reason?
No. Yeah. No. Do you have continuity right now from the pin to that backlight cap?
I would guess so. Yes.
Okay.
So this whole jumper works. It's thoughtful. It's creative. I like it. But I don't understand why you would do it. So I don't get that. And people usually do things for a reason, and I would expect there to be a reason. So I'm not really sure. All right, so we'll just kind of leave that as a question mark, and maybe somebody that has been, I think a lot of repair folks have been kind of paying attention to this dirty little whore as she's made her rounds, and multiple people have posted about it. So maybe somebody knows why that jumper solution is there instead of just putting the filter on the pads. Next we have, there's a lot of stuff that just needs to be cleaned up in here so that this can really not have any variables. Looking at it, this cap is really way too close to the backlight filter. I checked it. It's not actually electrically bridged there, but that is really close, and that would be not a good plan if that's the ground side of that cap, or whatever line that is. I'm surprised that doesn't actually have, it's not talking to that. All right, next we have a, you know, 2 missing pads on this guy. Now that's not the backlight filter spot. So let's go ahead and look up and see what's there. So that is going to be a problem if there's a filter that goes there. So let's see. So let's go to ZXW and let's bring over everybody from stream. So let's go to the screen, and ZXW tells us that, let's see, let's move this. So yeah, it's this guy right here. So here's the backlight filter. Those pads are present, but there's no filter there. And the jumper then is connecting here to that cap there. This guy's missing entirely. So this is PP1V8, and it's PP1V8 going to the front camera connector. So that's going to be power for front camera, and it's going to have to be there. So that is a fish to fry later, but that's a big deal. Mm-hmm. Now this filter, I think, looks bad. So this is another front camera line. So let's get out of here and go back to the microscope. All right, so this guy, we can't just not have him. This is a missing front camera filter. And then here, this is that other front camera filter, and it really looks pretty bad. All right, other findings as we cruise down. We already talked about the missing dudes up here. Now these guys, let's look up on ZXW what those are as well. So we're missing 1, 2, 3 components in that area. So let's go take a hunt and see what's up with that. Screen, let's go to ZXW, and we are missing a filter, touch to CPU interrupt. That's going to be important. And then CPU to touch clock 32K reset. Both of those, I would think both of those are going to be required for touch. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so there's no way you're going to have touch just leaving those off. Now the cap you can probably leave off. All right. What else? Let's go back. Microscope.
You're gonna get sad. You're gonna lose your lady curves.
And everybody knows. Mark's not supposed to be eating chips. I'm telling on him. All right. What else is going on with this? Let's look for long screw damage. No long screw damage. There's people have been putting jumpers on these caps. And let's flip it over. What do we have back here? Okay, we're missing a backlight driver entirely. It looks like that diode's been replaced. That diode's been replaced. Is this the way is that the right orientation? Do you happen to have it memorized? The dot goes down on the 6S Plus?
I do not have that memorized.
You don't?
No.
Oh, neither do I. All right, let's just go look it up real quick. Let's see. All right, so the dot is correct. So that chip is in the right orientation, so that's good. So, but I'd still have to replace it because I'm guessing that I can't just accept a chip that somebody else put on the board and just call it a day. So that's got to go. All right, what else? Now, here's another thing. I really don't understand this. Somebody dug up VCC main for, I cannot imagine why. I really cannot imagine. What do you think? That's hard to do. You're really risking banging up the PMIC.
I think they probed
Just why?
in continuity with battery connected and heard a beep and was like,
I can't. But of all
It's the only thing I can
all of
imagine.
VCC main, why would you go here?
I don't know.
It doesn't. I don't understand that. I really want to know. What was the thought process? This is very damaged. You know, VCC main is fine because the phone boots, but that was such a risk to take. And I just want to know why. Why? 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 Why do you think his bracket's cut right here?
to get down to those no stuffs.
You just gotta wanted to see one little virginal place on this promiscuous 6S Plus. I don't get it. I don't know why you'd cut a bracket. Cut it. I don't know. I want to know. Now that's water damage. All right. Now I'm gonna say that this phone was maybe water damaged all along. That's pretty water damaging. All right. What's going on over here? This is chewed up. I'm guessing somebody must have replaced. This looks like somebody either intended to or did replace maybe TriStar or wanted to get some clearance. Why was somebody doing that? Why did you chew up the frame here? Tell me. Alright. This looks like ultrasonic damage. What do you think, Mark? Is this phone actually water damaged or not? I think when it has that kind of like, like on both sides, but that to me looks like ultrasonic damage. But this behind us, this looks like ultrasonic damage to me.
I don't know.
But then that looks like water damage. I don't know. It could all be ultrasonic damage. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not comfortable saying that looks like ultrasonic damage. Because it's too much of like.
So that means we're killing ourselves to try to fix backlight on a water damaged phone that's not even our repair. When we could just, we could just stand up, walk out, and go home.
Yeah,
what are we doing?
Even if you don't fix this phone, Mike's gonna think you're great. He's gonna know you're great. So it's not like
well, Mike and that whole team fixed at least one, if not two phones that had already been to a bunch of other shops today. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we should just quit. We're idiots. All right. Oh, Lewis is here.
Yeah, Lewis is here.
Awesome. Lewis is a mod for Jess's channel. Yeah, isn't that weird? This guy hates me. He tried to kill me. He sprayed me with freeze spray on purpose.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he just took it and he went.
not in the face.
What would you do if I sprayed you with freeze spray right now?
I would spray you back.
I bet so. All right.
And then I would complain about it for the next week.
At least.
To anybody that'll listen.
Yes, for yes, for years. All right, so what do you think we should do, Mark? I vote clean everything up that looks shitty and kind of windshield wiper all of the past work and then start over. What would you do?
How's that connector look?
Well, I saw a solder ball under it. Otherwise, it looks fine. It's okay. I think everything's talking to each other, but I really do think that there's a solder ball under there. There was one sitting right at the pin. All right. I don't know.
Yeah. You might as well undo everything.
It may have started off as water damage, but now it's repair shop damage. That's what we should call it. Repair shop damage. All right. No water. No signs of abuse. What? Oh, Lewis is justifying spraysing me with freeze spray. Let's see. And the head and the hair. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was so mean. It was a kind gesture. No, it wasn't that hot. It was freezing ass cold because his air conditioner was super cold. All right, let's start by taking off. We'll have to just replace the connector. We're gonna fix up all of this fuckery around here. All right, I'm actually gonna start there. So let's go to low heat and let's clean up the remaining silicone. You'll have to read chat because I can't do two things at one time. Just a poor dumb old lady can't do things like read chat and work on a board at the same time. All right. New 12-inch MacBook is such a piece of shit. The knockoff charger kills the ISL and sends 20 volts to 10 chips. Yes, it does. Says the guy who the smartest thing that he ever did was start selling those chips. Lewis is going to make a mint selling MacBook chips for all of the 3V, 3R3 line, A online on the 12-inch MacBooks. I really wanted to spend more time looking at those. That was fun. I wish I had more time. Stupid course. All right, let's clean all this up so that we can get some room. Let's get some room. Yeah, so I was working on one of these boards that Lewis had, and it had, I mean, it was just a sight. It was a sight. It had a 15-ball BGA chip just jihaded off the board. It just leapt, suicide mission, just flew away. And then there was a short, so take off a bunch of chips, and then whenever, it's always bad news whenever it's the last chip that you take off that is on the line, and then the short is cleared just when you're like convinced that it's going to be internal to the board, because that means it was multiple chips that actually were damaged, and each time you took off one and cleared one short, but they're all damaged. So I put a couple of them back on, and sure enough, the short grew back. So they really all were, or at least some of them, were really bona fide affected by that short. We lifted off the ISL chip, and it looked like somebody had been playing with matches underneath it. All right, let's get this all ready for work. You know what this board needs, Mark? Good ultrasonicking.
For how long? 30 minutes or a full hour?
Oh geez, the solder on here is really poor. Oh geez, like that's not on there at all.
You're a little out of frame.
Ah, little. All right. Okay, so let's at least put back kind of the loose dudes, and then let's just get a filter in that position. I really want to know who has been watching this repair. I really want to know I really want to know why all the PMIC caps are mangled next to the PMIC. That's what I want to know the most.
I know, we need Aaron to show up.
Yes, show up. Go post on intro for him and say, dude.
I'm gonna message him.
Yeah, exactly. Tell him, dude. We are sitting here after hours, after a long day of teaching, after a 2-hour-long meeting with some web developers. So we're finally going to get a big girl website. Super exciting. I'm really interested to see what they're going to come up with. I'm pretty sure. Were you here for that whole meeting, Mark?
Oh my god.
What?
I just pulled him up on Facebook to tell him that we're streaming and to come here.
Yeah.
And the one conversation we've had was about this phone.
Well, read it. What does it say? Dude. Does it say anything about I
have no backlight on a 6S Plus, not half, nothing. All backlight lines have normal diode mode measurements.
Mm-hmm.
I've replaced filter, checked both glass diode and other diodes seem normal. Measurement of 0.18, only one way. So he left those there. Left the coil because that seemed to have no damage and resistance was 1 ohm across it. Changed both ICs at least twice, so 4 chips in total, no backlight. I checked diode mode measurements on each pad to a known good, and they all seem normal. I just checked the 2 I2C voltages under the backlight chip, and both were 1.8 volt.
That is a lot of troubleshooting and work.
Anything else that would bring down backlight completely?
Is that where you advised him to put a jumper?
Yeah, did you advise him to put a jumper?
No.
Well, what you can do is take the backlight filter off, leave the pads, and then build this whole. Did you tell him that?
I said pins in the connector, maybe, implying.
Yes, gotcha. Yeah, bent pins in the connector.
Yeah, he said change the connector, but I didn't do a perfect job, so that's still a possibility. And that was the end of our conversation there.
I see.
We're working. What can we do for you?
Here comes a customer at 10 p.m. and the iPad rehab store is open. All Alright, I'm gonna stick a quarter on the good old old CPU. This is pretty funny. Like, what kind of shop? I wouldn't go in a shop that was open at 10 p.m. in a little small town, you know, in the...
Did you hear what one of the students said the other day?
What?
One of the students, while they were waiting on Monday, said, like, told me when we got to the car, she's like, that guy said this seems like the kind of town you go into and never come out of.
He said this is the kind of town you go into and never come out of? Wait, who said that?
One of the students said they told
She doesn't know which one.
Yeah, he's on the stream. He was just started watching late, so he's skipping ahead to catch up to us.
Yes, please catch up. We're dying to know. We gotta know. Help us out, bro. Please, bro. Please tell me what's the thought process here on some of this.
Yeah, Aaron, what's...
Oh, yeah, this has got to be low melt. Also, did anyone at any time use low melt? And if so, don't ever do it again. Oh.
That explains why those joints looked really, like, gray and not silver.
Yeah, I mean, you put any heat on here and everything just flies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Alright, I'm going to have to replace that just because I can't look at it. Okay. Let's get... Alright, so 6S backlight filter. Hopefully there's a strip of them laying around. I think I gave them to the students. What happened to...
Wait,
who was the last student that
6S
did
backlight?
6S backlight filter? Yes, they were like...
Oh, filters?
Yeah, like they were doing those today. Those guys had a bunch of them. So one thing that we're going to do this week that I thought, why haven't we done this before? Ask the students while they're here to use all of the different hot air stations. So here at the course we have Metcal older analog station. We have a Quick 861. We have the older Hako 801, which is my original station. We have Weller WHA 900 or whatever it is.
I hate the Weller.
Do you?
I fucking hate that thing.
We have the Hako 802. We have the... What's at that station? Another one of the Metcal. We have the Hako FR810, another Weller, and JBC. So I thought we would just have the students and all of their experience. We talked about this on day one. Go around, you know, because some of those guys have at home, you know, somebody had an Xtronic something. Of course, everybody's got the AOUE guy. So we were gonna just say, why don't you guys just use all these hot air stations, and then as you know, not people that solder every single day and are kind of really married to their equipment. Yay, since Lewis isn't live right now, you get my $2 from Jay. Thanks, Jay. So I thought it would be a good idea to just have those guys use this stuff because they have, you know, different opinions than I would think of. Like one guy, Ron, was talking about how he likes a thin handle. He likes a thin, skinny handle. Do you appreciate a thin handle?
I don't know. Is the JVC a thin handle?
I think so. Compared to the Quick, he said it was like just way too thick. It is kind of bulky.
Yeah, I kind of don't like the Quick because of that. Yeah.
I think what people like about the Quick is the price tag.
Yeah.
Ah! It flew away. Boo! Ah, boo. Oh. All right. Let's see. Chris Long, how do you like the AOUE? The brand strikes me as a bit cheap. Oh, it's more than a bit cheap. It's a lot cheap. Now, did you ever use that, Mark?
Yeah.
And?
I used it with it's like a 968.
Yeah,
A
968 A+. Oh my God, me too!
Yeah, that's still, that's probably still at John's shop that I worked at.
Yeah, mine. I gave mine to Sonny. Sonny appreciates a good deal. It's cheap.
Yeah.
Here, Sonny, see if you can solder anything with that.
No, wait, didn't we determine that the reason he had run that filter the way he did is because the pad that is supposed to go to
all the
the
pads
FPC didn't have continuity?
No, it did.
Okay.
We'll find out, bro. I'm a professional.
All right. I can tell.
I'm a professional whore wrangler.
Just,
Yeah, I'm just snapping these filters in, just like
yeah.
blowing them off the board.
It's. I hope that the
everybody feels good,
are, students
oh,
from this class are watching it, going, "Oh, okay. It is kind of tough to manipulate those little things."
Boom, nailed it.
There you go. Like a pro.
Like a pro, like a boss. All right, now what should I put there? Is that FL11 on the camera filter? You know what? Let's just leave that. Let's leave off camera shit until after this thing.
Yeah, that's not going to be FL11.
And that's not going to be my job. That's going to be his job.
Package size too big.
Yes, it is. That is true. All right. Covington, Kentucky. All right, so that's all done. They're all going to slide though when I have to do this connector. All right, let's go ahead and replace this connector. You know what? Now I'm extremely concerned about the solder that was used to put the connector on, given how crappy that solder was. But let's find out. All right, let's go.
He said that there was no low melt used,
In
and
his care.
that he didn't think he'd ever have anyone looking at it after him. Oh,
well,
boy, were you wrong.
Boy, were you wrong. Yeah, like, no, nobody could possibly. But then, let's guess. This is my theory. Did you rip off those VCC main caps just to punish this phone? Like, fuck you! Like, was that your kind of like your big last FU to the board? I can understand that.
I think that he didn't like skip ahead until after you had asked about that, so.
Oh, okay. Yes, so you can ask.
Says, I'm trying to figure out why I ran the jumper. I thought there was a good reason to at the time, I'm sure. Was not low melt solder.
Whoa, geez,
so Aaron, what is the deal with the VCC main caps next to PMIC on the back of the board?
Aaron, why? Why is a bunch of VCC main all torn up here? Just like so right on the edge of the delicate flower of the power management chip, and somebody just ran in here and butchered these. Why? I mean, it would have never had a VCC main short. I don't get it.
John Baker says maybe he was making room to lift the PMIC.
Oh God.
I don't think so. I don't think Aaron was gonna pull PMIC
I bet
to
he would.
troubleshoot backlight.
Yeah, he has done a 6S PMIC before, and he has mentioned doing it on another one where he had no business doing it. So that is a very good idea that he was intending to do that.
I was giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Nope, that's what it was. That's what it was. He was intending to pursue some kind of PMIC.
Yeah,
phone.
because you run out of options and all that leaves.
All roads point to replace PMIC, bro.
Is it what iTesla says?
I don't know. I absolutely no idea. I haven't been over there. And when was the last time you went over there? Are you banned?
I'm not banned, but I don't have a membership.
I don't know if I'm banned or not, but I do remember that he told me once that he was going to ban everyone I know.
Well,
which is a lot of people.
As far as I'm concerned, after this whole calling me out on Facebook and me showing him that he's full of shit, he can go to hell.
Mark, when Mark's Breaking Bad.
Like, no.
Honestly, I don't think that. I think, honestly, and I don't mean to be unkind either, but I think, and I see him acknowledge this at times, I think that he has an incredible analytical mind, but you know how everybody has kind of good and bad? I think that he has trouble with paranoia, like kind of disease level trouble with paranoia.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's just so abnormal. Like just, and if it's something you can't help, like I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just incredibly paranoid, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of you're like all right. Okay, let's now. Why am I braiding these pads?
Why are you braiding those pads? Because you are not sure that there was no low melt solder used, and you don't like the quality of the solder that was used, whether that be low melt or not.
Yes, ding, gold star from Mark.
Yay.
Yes, yay, yes. So if there's nothing wrong with braiding. as long as you have a good reason for braiding. So if you can articulate the reason, and the reason is not, well, it's because what you're supposed to do. That's not a good reason.
Oh wait, I want to change my answer.
Okay.
Because you spent a weekend with Lewis,
Oh,
and he taught
definitely
you
not
the right way to.
No, definitely not. And I was so pissed because I go over there, and then I was like, you ruined one of our older students. This guy was here, learns to do stuff the iPad rehab way. Goes over to Lewis, and of course Lewis is going to teach him to reball and do things that we kind of don't focus on that much. And I told Lewis, like, don't you let him leave there trying to reball iPhone chips and bullshit like that, And Lewis is like, no, he's not going to do that. And then he comes back from New York, and the guy posts, does anybody use low melt to wick the pads under Mason? No! And I'm just like, oh my god, you have ruined this guy. Oh my god. And then I told him that, and he was just like, oh. He thought it was pretty fucking funny. Alright, hopefully that doodles it around. Okay, now let's put on some of the good old Kester 6337 leaded solder that makes the world go round. Okay. I'll pay shipping if you can get me an iPhone CNC for $200. Send me a board. You need CNC work? We'll CNC it right back there. No problemo.
That comes with an asterisk.
What?
The length and width we guarantee. The depth is variable.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's pretty funny. What's going on up here?
What? There's. Oh, we got a customer.
Yeah, we have a customer.
Late night customer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
What'd
10
you
o'clock.
bring us?
Cecilia's gonna kill me.
2 phones and a.
Mark, you might want to come up and
Wait, are you making Sunday do repair? Wow.
Mark, you might want to come up and look at the MacBook.
A MacBook?
I might want to come
Wow!
up and
We
look at
got a MacBook. Let's fix a MacBook.
I might not want
Come on.
I will finish right with the I'm going to talk to Mark about this.
to. So it's.
So it works, but.
Keyboards. And so it's the track that they glue the battery down. So take this back cover off. Big battery here. It's held with the.
All right, so we got this pad stand, and now we're gonna stick on a new connector. Just rule that out. Whoa, that's really out of focus for you guys. And a little bit out of focus for me. There, that's better. All right. Oh, I'm glad she's overcome her fear of braid. I don't have a fear of braid. I have a disgust for please bro braiding. Same as we teach in the class. And we say this on day one, like, why should I braid? What are the pros and cons? What are you trying to accomplish with it? What's the reason? And if you can articulate a reason, and the reason might go something like this. You could say, I am going to braid because I really want to have flat pads so that my connector can sit very flush because I can't use hot air to seat the connector because of clearance. Braid away, you're absolutely right. Or if you want to say something like, I'm going to braid because this connector has really tight clearance. I'm going to have to do the joints by hand, and I can't have it be lead-free solder. I need it to be leaded solder so that I can have it take less heat. Then braid away. If it is a BGA chip, then there's really, if your reason is I really need the pads flat so that my BGA chip doesn't move around, that's you might want to work on your technique so that you don't need to have the pads very flat, because that is really unnecessary, and those pads are extremely delicate. If any of these pads tore up, it would be pretty straightforward to solve that. But on some micro BGA chip, if you tear up some interior pad, you can really make a repairable board unrepairable. All right, what is this? 1v8 is shared in a lot of places. On a water damaged phone, that's plenty of work before you end up at PMIC. Oh, are we talking about why he was going to pull up the PMIC? It's Aaron Harrington. Hello, Aaron. Oh my God. This phone. All right, let's see. iWick Rehab. No. Oh, I remember now. The phone has a partial short on 1V8, which is why Aaron was thinking of removing the PMIC. That doesn't make sense. How would a beautiful looking PMIC? This is the same thing that was going on the other phone. Every phone fails for a reason. So the thinking that, oh, it could be anything, and that everything is equally possible is that's not how they really fail. Phones fail for reasons. So the history of the phone, how did it come to be like this, is huge. Whether or not this phone was water damaged is a huge variable. We can't really tell because it has a lot of ultrasonic damage as well. So if it was never water damaged and this was a straightforward backlight problem, then the 1V8 wouldn't fail in the PMIC. It just wouldn't happen. And if it was water damaged, then the 1V8 is not going to fail inside the protected, underfilled, beautiful looking PMIC. It'll be a bad cap or a bad chip that's also on that line somewhere else. So the history and the how did it come to be like that is a huge part of your thinking. All right, and as is eliminating variables. So this phone, I can see from some pictures that some folks have posted about this phone, I can see that it has been missing these touch filters for a long time, and a whole lot of talk about taking very unusual measurements and thinking about very unusual ideas. Well, that's fine, but you can't do that when you have just obvious physical damage that you're just not addressing or overlooking. So you got to correct all this before you can really diagnose. If it's some kind of camera line, fine, but this is touch, and it is a data line for touch, and there's a relationship between your fault, which is image, backlight display, and touch. So leaving off filters that are required for touch data lines, I think that is, that's something you got to address before you can really do anything. What do you think, Mark?
What troubleshooting?
Would you work on this board in leaving those touch filters off?
No, I would put them on. I would either put filters there or just put jumpers to make sure that's
eliminate the variable.
I don't think that would have any effect on backlight.
I don't either, but it's too big of a variable to work on the board. That's what I think. So I would not attempt to really work on it. Or the second that the board was giving me a problem, I would just go on eliminate variable mode. All right, let's see. Let's get this guy on here now. All right,
I remember some of the phones that I'd worked on after you that had weird image problems that weren't straightforward.
Yep.
I remember seeing them and like every filter is a jumper. And it's just like, no, you got tricked by a filter at some point, and you were like, you're not fooling me again.
Yeah. Like all filters are variables because they could beep or you never know. Mm-hmm. So nope. Yeah, exactly. Just as a 9-year-old jumpers, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my MO. You figured me out. God, the solder on here is just so, liquidy. Alright, let's try to get all these dudes to go back home. Aaron says, respond to that comment, Mark, about partial short being a chip.
Aaron, I think it was a partial short, so I thought IC, not cap.
Why?
Which I know isn't always true.
Or ever.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
think about it. What's the most common partial short that we ever see?
6 backlight caps.
Yes. And what's the fault 100% of the time?
6 backlight cap.
Yeah, one of the caps. How do they fail? They fail by partial short.
Yep. I'm drinking water because I'm trying to lose some weight.
Says the guy that just ate a bunch of chips. The chip bag is right. I'm trying to lose some weight.
nothing but salad all day.
Wait a minute. Like, here we go. Mark's bag of chips right there. Right there.
No, the balsamic isn't
Not
that
Mark
bad.
salads. Mark salads are like anorexic gorilla at the zoo salad.
My salads just get vinegar on them.
Yeah, pretty much. God damn, this is all. Somebody has got some low melt on this board. So it's ridiculous. All right, that's.
I don't know. I mean, like, obviously he didn't pick all of that stuff up and put it down. You know, with
Well,
low
he
melt.
did the connector.
Yeah, but like those chokes were like super shiny really quick.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how that came to pass.
This whole thing is just a odd Apple manufacturing problem.
Yes. All right, let's go through and do you dead bug that I see. For what? Why you go dead bug some stuff? I like the phrasing dead bug. We need to do a repair where we specifically dead bug something so that we can just say it a lot.
Yeah, let's do
What can we dead bug?
TriStar and reproduce every way it can fail.
Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. I think we should dead bug TriStar and then just, make a collection of faults. This is what happens when this line is open line, short to ground, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
A little encyclopedia called How I Love Thee TriStar. What's your favorite chip, Mark?
My favorite chip?
Yeah.
I like Pringles.
Okay. You gotta stop thinking about chips. That's your problem. That's what your problem is.
My favorite chip is the camera LDO.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
I hate that ugly ass bastard. Fuck him. Why do you like him so much?
Because he's only got 4 balls.
Yeah? 4 tiny little wiggly balls.
Yeah. Because the only time I ever have to deal with him, he's like detached already, and I can just tin his pads and set him back on his balls, and then it's done.
Alrighty.
But then I hate him also because I blow him off the board with hot air and then don't have any more.
Oh, is that what happened today?
No, that almost happened today, and I found it.
Oh, is that why Gene is ordering more of those?
Yeah, that's what happened the last time I was doing one.
Alrighty. I probably should focus on this.
Yeah.
Alright, what's going on up at the front? Is Sunday fixing something?
Sunday's chatting people up.
If Sunday is actually fixing something,
She is not fixing
I wanna
something.
like do a video.
She's doing intake.
Oh.
You're
Are
not
you gonna,
fixing
are you
something,
gonna
are
fix
you?
something?
I mean, if
What
you
is
are,
it? I
that's
wanna
okay.
know.
We're
Yeah,
just-
come on.
That wasn't charging, it's charging fine.
Wow! Yay!
I would like, can you just let everybody out there know that I answered all calls and wrote all estimates from within the Apple Store today?
Well,
Yeah,
Sunday
just-
answered all calls and all
set-
estimates she wrote from
Wherein I
inside the Apple Store
They
today,
set
wearing
her
the
up a
iPad.
stool at a
Reader.
table and like a workstation.
What were you doing at the Apple Store? Why did you cross enemy lines?
Quoting people for touch disease.
Yeah, were you just sitting there? Were you were you quoting people that were in the Apple Store? Like, let me just get you. Just come on over here. What's wrong?
You should have just every
Oh my God.
every 10 or 15 minutes said, is anyone having problems with touch in their iPhone 6 Plus?
I think they got a little mad eventually when they realized. I think eventually they saw my sweatshirt and saw what I was doing. But they let me stay. I was there over 2 hours.
For what? Wait.
I went into the Apple Store because I went to the mall to let Sibley run around, and I was going to work at Starbucks, and I forgot my charger. So I went in and I said, I just need to charge my laptop.
Oh, so you went
Can I
in
just
for
borrow-
no reason other than to do iPad rehab
I
quoting?
said, can I just borrow it for a
Oh
minute?
my
And
God.
instead of just letting me like plug it in and at their desk and leave it for a while, they said,
Yeah.
here, we'll set you up. And they set me up my own desk. I sent you a picture.
I didn't see it. I
On
was teaching
Messenger.
all day long.
There's I'm in.
You have to come over because they
I don't
want to
wanna
see
be
it.
on it.
I know, but you gotta do it anyway.
Yeah,
This
Hi.
woman
So-
was sitting in the Apple Store.
They set me up my own desk and gave me a stool, and in the middle
Oh
of the
my
Apple
God,
Store,
this is
I
a-
got both my phones, my
Oh
laptop
my
out. I'm
God.
like, iPad rehab. This is Sunday speaking.
Oh my
And
god.
then I'm listening to them go, yeah, there's no solution for that. You'll have to buy a new one. Let's find out what we can do to get you a new one. And as I'm typing the same exact estimate, I'm like, that's actually $69.99.
Oh my god. I want to see
So-
this picture. That is hilarious.
And I was there for a couple hours, and then eventually the guy came over and he's like, can we help you? And I'm like, no, I'm actually just
No.
working.
Yeah, you can help get everybody, just anybody on your little list for touch. You know, just
It
you know,
didn't
they
dawn
just
on me
go-
for a while that I was wearing this.
You should just start going there every day and spend
Yeah.
a couple hours
Yeah.
there and
I'll
be
just
like,
drop flyers.
be like, hey.
Oh my god, this is.
Yeah.
So every phone call that I
Oh my God,
answered
that is
was
the funny-
in the Apple store.
That's
working
the funniest
within the
thing
middle
I've
of
ever
it.
heard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that is
All right, so
absolutely
we-
priceless.
We have what looks like a compatible.
Okay, let's get this
MacBook
done.
there.
Oh, hey, it's Brennan.
Yeah. It looks like it's a match, but
Circuit Trauma Electronics Repair wants to know if you will marry him or her.
Only if it's a girl.
Only if it's a girl.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to do that in New York?
Sure, I guess.
Is this the one that you transferred to someone else?
I'm sure he probably would rather marry Sunday. I'm kind of mean. I tell people things like, yeah, if your jumper looks great if you're trying to hang that board on a Christmas tree. Everybody on the internet hates Jessa, which is really funny. I did a stream with Lewis, and then it's absolutely hysterical. You know, so this dude like writes this like Jessa's, you know, this like big hate Jessa comment. Lewis is like ha ha ha, and it's all about how. It's so funny. It's like Jessa will not answer questions for free, unlike the good, kind-hearted Lewis. And it's just like dying because like
God.
he hasn't paid for them. That I answer the questions on for free. You're just like, oh my god, you know.
We answer questions on Facebook.
I know exactly. Yeah, we're constantly answering questions on Facebook. It's just-
Finish. Trying to figure out the MacBook repair still.
You're trying
Which
to figure
one?
out the quote?
Yeah.
Just give me the number off the back of it and I'll see
Well,
if I can
we have a matching MacBook.
Okay,
back there.
well I quoted between 200 to 300 depending on what the parts cost was.
Okay.
So if you
Because the
want
number
to
on the
split
back
the
is
difference.
always the same. Not always, but
I
maybe.
cannot believe that
That-
Sunday
that
worked for
plus the EMC
iPad rehab all
is how
day
you
from
find
inside the Apple.
That exact model.
Oh
So
my god, that's
just yell the model number and the EMC to me and I'll give you an exact quote.
So what we'll do is I'll sell you the cable, and then if you still have problems,
Did you know that she worked all day from inside the Apple store?
Mm-hmm.
Some funny shit.
Hold on a second. It's say this again.
1466 and 2632.
All right, jumper time. Stop. Jumper time. Let's throw some jumpers from my lifetime supply of jumpers. All right.
Alright.
Jessa, you've handled way too many balls to be gay. Don't you assume my, what is it, sexual orientation? Isn't that a thing you're supposed to, that's going around?
No, I think it's gender that you're not supposed to.
Yeah, don't assume genders.
Don't assume
Don't
don't
assume-
assume my gender.
Don't assume my pronouns.
Yeah, exactly. Stop assuming. Stop assuming my pronouns.
Oh, I got a funny story about that I can't tell you on stream.
God damn it! Just like tell me a
No.
little bit. Is
No,
it
I
about
can't.
somebody I know?
No, it's about somebody I know who I'm not going to talk about
Oh
on stream.
damn. Well, can you just like make a code name?
No.
Damn it! That is like. That's like so.
No, you need the full context.
All right. Why don't you pull it up on? Why don't you just type it out? And I'll
No.
just look over here.
It's
and read
not
it.
that funny.
Fine. You know what it means though? It means you're gonna forget. Just like a whole bunch of other things I was gonna that I like meant to talk about but forgot.
Yeah.
You know we know what we need to talk about. Milo the dog. Please read Milo stuff. Oh my god, have you actually even seen it? because you're not on that group.
No, I've just seen what you guys have posted
Sunday.
in chat.
I want for Mark to read Milo stuff and then make some t-shirts that are like find Milo. Oh my god, Milo stuff is so funny. Hey Christy.
Yeah?
Can you come over to this computer? This is very important.
No, it's not.
Can you please pull up the HFL community Facebook page so that Mark can read about Milo?
We have a customer here, remember? She might be sensitive.
What?
What is it?
Are you a terrible person?
Have you seen Milo the dog?
Missing dog?
How many times have you spent looking for Milo?
You've not seen any of the signs that say the little toy poodle? I may have when I was walking a couple weeks ago.
Have you seen a little tan poodle running around?
Okay. So
If I pull that up, then Mark will be able to post in the Milo conversation. As
No, he. Oh my God. No, he won't. I wouldn't
All
let
right.
him do that.
Christy,
If he does, I'll freeze spray him.
trackpad is $100, keyboard's $100, and I quoted 100 on top of labor.
Oh geez, we haven't had any of that on there. Whoops.
Okay, if we buy new cars.
There we go.
I mean, that's what the parts are worth,
Okay.
whether they, no matter where they come from.
Okay. Even though the one keyboard is already missing the key.
Wait, what?
Sunday was talking about just replacing the keys.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't think that can be done.
That can't be done on that keyboard.
No, I believe that the hooks that.
All right, let's try to get some flux out of this
hooks are
sucker.
already snapped off.
And I drove out of the driveway and there was a coyote right across the street from us.
The coyote.
Yeah, a coyote, and I had a coyote over here on Rodney Drive too. I didn't hear them. Somebody said that there was like a pack of them on. Yeah, so if the dog is missing, it's a possibility. No, he's been missing for like 14 days now. A toy poodle this big and
The toy poodle. They leave out rotisserie chickens. He comes around and eats them.
Chat has no idea what you're talking about.
What, Milo? Yeah, get busy. Read out a little bit of the struggle of Milo.
I can't do that. It's
Why?
Not, it's not here.
All right, I'll do it. Here, move over. It's worth it. You're not allowed to post anything. I just want you to be able.
Yes, please bring it up.
I just want for you to be informed as a community member of things that are important in our community, Mark. I want you to be an upstanding citizen.
I'm going to find
Not some kind
pictures
of a bum.
of like from the rear of a scared small brown toy poodle and post those.
How are you going to do that?
I'm gonna take a scrap of brown shag carpet, roll it up and toss it in the middle of the road.
Why? What is my password? Who knows what my password is for Facebook?
Nobody?
What? Why is it not working? Oh, wait, did I change? Did somebody change my Facebook password?
Save this for the next stream
Why?
because it's like
Getting way too long.
10:30. Yeah.
All right, fine. Here, wait. Almost ready. Here we go.
That's what I needed Gene to order from Master.
What?
Whatever it is that we use for the
Why is this not working?
iPad Pro
So,
Touch.
all right, I've made a
filters.
decision. I looked up.
Oh, we don't have any more of those?
And it's actually $100.
Aren't we using iPad mini backlight filters?
No, they're smaller than that.
Alright,
And
jeez.
I think we're using
Oh, iPad
LCD
Air backlights?
filters.
I don't really remember. All right, here we go.
We have a broken one back there with the exact same key.
Okay, here you go, Mark. Have fun. The password is password. Okay, let's. Why did my light stop working? All right, let's get this done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got it. You guessed my password, Chris Long. That's not it. All right. Guess what I did? Speaking of passwords and my constant disregard for security, which has not really done anything other than taught me that humans have extraordinary kindness and compassion. I went to New York City and I parked a car. I left a purse on the front seat of the passenger side, and I didn't lock it. I just walked out. It just didn't even occur to me. And then I realized that car is the kind of car, it's a little Ford Fusion that you can sit in it and just hit start and start driving. You don't even need the key. You just get in it, hit start, drive away. On the First Avenue, on the street in New York City in Manhattan. And guess what? Nothing happened. Purse is still there. All the doors were unlocked. People are far better than you think. I didn't leave it very long. I left it for 2 hours, but it was still there. It was still there. All right, now let's take off this broken diode, and we're gonna ditch that. So that's gonna be some kind of a like emergency path to ground. So we'll get rid of that. They probably thought it was a bait car. Bait car. Bait car is hilarious. Bait car. Forgot about bait car. Yeah, well that's a perfectly effective strategy to protect your car while at the same time not having to worry about carrying keys or losing keys or getting screwed. You just, especially if you kind of like slipped a little like bait car logo or something that said bait car, you just kind of give somebody pause. And they might steal a different car that day instead of your bait car. That guy is now gone. That is really damaged, but not my problem. Not my problem. All right, what else do we need to do before we can test? I think we need to stick another driver on here. So we'll do that. And then we can finally be at step 1, which is to test. Louis Rossman, do you have 3 cats now? Yes, please tell me you have 3 cats right now, Louis Rossman. If you don't, I will be really sad. I will be really sad. I will be sad. Alrighty. Alright, let's see. Where does the dot go on that backlight driver? I don't remember. So let's go hunt it down on screen. Alright, so this is A1 is on the top left. So let's go back here and get a backlight driver. Backlight driver. I'm super excited about our new website. So we horrified these website designers today. They came and I was really impressed. They came and sat with us for 2 hours, which is amazing. They're a local company and they brought their whole team, so they had like 4 people, and they each have their own role, the logistics guy and the content mapper and then the site designer, aesthetic person. And so we were just like, I just felt like I was verbal diarying all this. This is what we do, and this is really important, this is really important. And we really want to look up an existing ticket and all of this stuff. And in the end I was just like, we really just need a mom, somebody that can like come in and just clean up your room for you this one time. Just organize us. We don't have any idea what to do, what is and isn't important on a website. Okay. Alrighty, let's get this backlight driver on there. By the way, I did not wick the pads because it's unnecessary. There's no reason. It doesn't make any sense. Alright, I'm going to stick a quarter on the Wi-Fi. Looking around, who's going to be bothered by heat? I wanted to sit on those rounded pads and I wanted to slide himself. Find your own way, bro. There you go, little buddy. You got it. You got it. You got your spot. Good job. Give him a little tap. There you go. The little imperceptible nudge. I agree. Jessa needs a custom overlay. What's a custom overlay? Someone should design your overlay. Yes. I need to sit down and do that. That's the thing. I need to like put time into stuff like that, and instead I do stupid shit like try to fix this phone for no reason when I could be, you know, I haven't even set up hotkeys. Like I still have to manually find every scene. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. All right, I think we better just go ahead and swap out the other backlight filter. Which one is it? It's this guy here. Okay.
Very exciting. That is really cool. I'm so glad to meet you guys. That is really cool.
Alright, so you are all set. This is all checked in.
Are you still
So
streaming?
want to put it in
No,
the
why?
box.
Tell me your story.
And then
You're a liar.
Why would you ask me?
You are such a liar.
Totally.
no.
Have you got backlight working yet?
Oh yeah, now we're just, you know, just trying to
Now
work
you're
on the
just
camera.
getting front camera to work again?
Almost. That's almost yes. I put up there. Look for Milo and read all about it.
Okay, I'm gonna search for Milo.
Search for the word Milo and see how many times it comes up. Milo is a community lost dog.
I almost posted just the word.
Oh my God, Mark! Get stuff away! Oh my God, did you?
No.
You just did.
No, I clicked the X. You see it's still there. I clicked the X.
He posted the word Milo with my name on it on HTML community like an asshole.
Did you actually post
I
it?
did not.
If you fucking post that,
Where's
it
the
is free
search?
spray in the fucking face.
Where's the search?
Search is gonna be over there. Search this group
Oh, there
for
we go.
Milo, and you better
I
not
never
find one.
use the desktop version.
Oh,
Wait
my
till you
God.
search this group for Milo. There's gonna be 9,000 posts.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know how many times does the word Milo appear?
Oh, this is my favorite one, the premonition.
Yeah,
You
read.
premonition.
You gotta read these. You gotta you read it out loud. We all want to know.
Okay.
Everybody wants
There's
to.
a lot of people in town praying for Milo too.
Yeah,
I was
prayers for
thinking
Milo.
about
Like,
Milo all day yesterday.
Milo
I
is, by the
often-
way, Milo is a sad story. Like 2 weeks ago. I mean, this is from someone who just spent 2 nights looking for Precious Underdog. Milo's a lost little toy poodle, but he's not super lost because he's like Lewis. He hates people, and so he sees people and he runs away rather than runs to people. You know, so he's just like he's kind of just gone wild. So he pops up around town and everybody sees him. Oh yeah, little town poodle. There he goes, you know, over there. But you can't approach him or look at him or, you know, cough in his direction or anything. And so he's impossible to catch to, you know, return to his
Oh, I could catch him.
permanent cage or whatever.
I guarantee you I could catch him.
Oh yeah? I'll give you $100 right now if you can come back with Milo in 2 hours.
Give me a cast net and tell me what neighborhood he's in.
Okay, he's at Jean's house apparently.
You should go on Amazon right now and order one of those net guns. And that's what we can do this weekend is go Milo hunting.
Yes! Yes! That is a great idea because this is my last weekend and, you know, yeah. All right, guys, We're gonna do a team event this weekend. You're not even listening. This
They're
is
not paying
serious.
attention.
This is very serious team event. Yes. We're gonna do a team building exercise to help us work together to solve a problem and solve a problem working together.
Milo clearly doesn't want to be found.
The problem that we're gonna solve is that Milo is lost. And I need you to order on Amazon's whatever Mark recommends some bait nets. What is it?
No, it's a gun that shoots a net.
Yeah, like a Spider-Man gun. Yes. And I mean, just think of the amazing like publicity locally that we'll have customers coming in at 10 p.m. every night. If we are the ones, if iPad Rehab brings you Milo the dog captured, that would be awesome. All right, read some of these posts.
I don't think Morgan would be very happy about that.
Why? Morgan clearly is
from
ineffective.
Gypsy, Operation Gypsy.
Whatever. Operation Gypsy is Operation Fail. It's probably somebody who's saying, I can sense that you're talking about Milo, and that's just making him run further from his safe space. It's so bad, I can't.
He's run to the closest university.
We found him at University of Rochester in his safe space. Eating rotisserie chickens. Oh, so bad.
Oh,
All right.
yeah, stop this right now because someone's going to see it, and I'm going to feel like a terrible person.
Okay, so we're stopping?
No, we're not stopping. No, Mark has not had a chance to partake in the Milo. I mean, initially, everybody, you just cry every day for poor Milo. And then after a while, you're like, it just gets funnier. All right. Reed, what are you doing? Stop searching for nets. You gotta catch everybody up.
Okay. All right, so should I start at the beginning?
People care.
Start at whatever Sunday said was her favorite one.
The premonition, the lady with premonition.
The premonition. And how
Oh,
long?
you want me to start with that one?
Yeah.
So I often have premonitions, if you can call it that. I felt he would be home within 1 week from yesterday, Thursday. Then last night, I dreamt he was caught and home safe and sound. I'm often right on these things. I sure hope I am this time. Milo, you need to come home and be with your family. And then a rainbow of hearts. So I'm guessing Milo's gay.
I'm guessing that Milo. I think Milo was. Maybe Milo is gay and therefore didn't like having to live with the opposite sex poodle and get raped every day. I don't know. Milo.
So I'm gonna go back to the first post I can find, which is July 7th.
Okay.
And it just says, "We have Milo on film, please," and then in all caps, "No activity in the area whatsoever to find him." Thank you.
Yes. All right.
And then the next day, it wasn't Milo on film. It was my other dog that was with me.
That's terribly sad.
Find the one where someone else said it could be confused with a deer. Keep in mind, Milo is a toy.
A 12-inch little poodle you can hold in your hand. My funny one.
Lady runs across the YouTube
What?
channel.
No, nobody
She's
watching
watching right
YouTube.
now.
No.
Well, it posts on my Facebook that it's live, so.
Nobody's gonna. I mean, this is like 2 hours. Milo's out clubbing. Hey, read us some more of this stuff.
It's so sad though.
Well, skip the sad ones. Skip when it was actually sad in the beginning.
Yeah,
until
well, now I'm
turned
having
into
to
a
like
farce.
dive down into the comments.
Huh?
I'm having to get into comments now.
Okay.
Let's see. He's been missing for 2 weeks. Thank you everyone for the concern. Unfortunately, after all of the attention today, Milo has ran scared into completely new territory. I ask that anyone that sees him stays in their cars and in no way pays any attention to him. He is very fearful, and something as simple as eye contact can send him bolting across busy roads and into dangerous situations.
Yeah, and then you'll be a Milo killer. What'd you do? I looked at him. You idiot! You dog killing idiot.
I think the one that says like, please keep your eyes peeled, look for, and then it says, but do not look for him.
My favorite one is, do not look for him, but keep your eyes peeled. And if you do see him, do not look for him, do not call for him, talk to him, or even run, and just call the number and report on what he's doing, whether he's walking, sniffing, running. And it was just like this, it was the sniffing that got me.
I'm wondering if some of these got deleted because I'm not seeing these ones now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's,
There are probably comments underneath.
yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like now I'm gonna have to start going into
I would
these.
read like all 50 comments.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta read. A lot of them are the ones that are funny. Is that it's every single day for weeks. This whole summer has been the summer of the hunt for Milo, and then every now and then somebody will be like, "Is it a little tan poodle?" Oh yeah, I saw him the other day. So super friendly.
I can't believe that the customer did not know what we're talking about.
I know. Clearly, she has been keeping Milo in her basement, and it's just like I better act dumb, you know.
Oh. I thought I found a good comment, and then I did the read more.
Yeah.
It was my guess, and it's only a guess, is that he is in safety mode. When our dog is
Safety mode.
scared, nervous, or unsure, he wedges himself in the smallest area, usually under our dinner table and chairs,
Oh,
to
yeah, I
feel
remember that.
protected. And then it's like, see more. I thought that where that was going was, have you checked under your dinner table and chairs? No, they think he's under a tree.
Oh, have you checked under a tree?
Or a deck.
Ooh, a deck. Have you checked all the decks? We gotta
Rip
have a
up
local
all the
deck
decks.
deck check for Milo. That would be pretty funny. I gotta hit a couple of pins on this connector. Pin to the pavement with a pit bull riding him. Let's have let's have a moment of silence for Milo. For the play,
We need
for
a
the play of
live
Milo.
map of Milo sightings.
That's a good idea.
Yes, because
We're not- she won't
but
tell
they
you.
won't tell you because they don't want you to look for Milo.
Today he was spotted, but she will not.
She will
disclose
not.
where.
She will not say
Because then
why.
someone might look at him.
Because the thing of it is
Go
that
savage mode.
there's this whole organizer of the shut up and don't look at Milo. Don't you understand? Fearful dogs. We're going to trap him with rotisserie chickens plan, which is not working. And so you got this like resistance, this Milo resistance
Well, are
faction.
they lemon pepper chickens or are they?
I would assume barbecue. Everybody knows that tan poodles love barbecue.
Well, I think that's where you're wrong.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Or am I?
Lemon
Yeah.
pepper.
Oh, is that the go-to type of chicken?
That's every tan poodle I've ever fed a rotisserie chicken to preferred
I think
lemon
it's
pepper.
time for the iPad rehab shopping trip down to tomorrow's Wednesday. Is Wednesday still
Chicken
rotisserie
day.
Chicken
Oh.
day?
They're
Yeah.
not that grocery store is
Barbecue.
has been sold out of rotisserie chickens all summer.
Yeah.
That Milo is now 50-pound big dog. That's why nobody can find him.
Big ball.
I can't find a net launcher.
Yeah. So there's like this resistance group that's you can tell they're like, we're gonna round up a posse. Like that's it's like like fuck you people in your silent war of don't ever look for Milo. We're gonna round up a posse. And we're gonna rescue him from his freedom and return him to his captivity, in the name of being good citizens.
Or capture Milo and give him a home that he might actually like. I think that's what some of them are going to do.
Really? Somebody
Yes.
would like
I think
steal Milo?
Steal Milo, yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cold-hearted. I wouldn't even do that. I mean, it's
What's
one
the
thing
point
to
of
it's
Milo
one
training?
thing to make fun of tragedy, but to actually steal a dog, that's
Net
wild.
guns are a fucking investment.
How much?
Let's see, the platinum net gun package, which is most popular, has been marked down from $12.42 to $8.97.
$8.97? Not bad.
Yeah, totally.
Not so bad. I thought you were gonna talk. I thought it was gonna be more.
No, I mean you get a lot of stuff for that price.
Yeah, you could get a lot of rotisserie chickens to just keep feeding Milo indefinitely and let him just live until the snow comes, and then it'll be pretty easy to catch.
You get like 4 nets.
I mean, all you have to do is just keep throwing chickens out until it snows, and then it'll be obvious where he is. Just go pick him up. I mean, all you have to do is wait long enough and to be like, "Come on, Milo, get in the car."
That's pretty much what our cat did last year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Milo is having Rumspringa.
That's what you should post.
Yes. Can we just let Milo have his Rumspringa in peace?
I saw him fornicating with a cat. I have not been paying attention to the chat at all.
I haven't either. I've kind of given up on this stream.
Oh.
But it's still streaming.
Eric Davies says, "So what you doing there, Jessa?"
Really just horsing around. Just bullshitting. It has been a long day, and we're in our second course week, and this is probably not the right time. This would have been a good day for sleeping. I could have used some sleep. What was not fun with my little weekend in New York was the late night ridiculous quest to find a hotel room anywhere in Brooklyn would be fun. Spontaneously. What?
Wayne Taylor goes, "Net gun, that's expensive. 12 gauge and a vet bill will be cheaper."
Wait, did you post about a net gun?
No, we were talking about it on the stream.
I see. I thought you meant on HFL community.
Yeah, there you go. Bird shot and a vet bill.
Bird shot and a vet bill. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, so I interrupted your story about how shitty it is to find a hotel room.
Yeah.
What, did you just drive up there like last minute?
I sure did. I just woke up and I was like, it's kind of like the board gaming convention. Nobody's at home. What am I gonna do? And it was I've hated it in the past when we've done like a back-to-back course week, and I like just kind of work on rabbit holes and don't really do anything fun or anything that's just not sitting here fixing more shit. So I just decided, like, I kind of woke up early and I was like, I'm just gonna drive down there and fix shit down there. Really, which is stupid. Like
How much did you fix while you were there?
I did a lot of like research. I went down there to research the 12-inch MacBook stuff because he had a stack of them. But and so I did kind of look into that. I spent a long time on one of his boards. I took the pile of boards that were in that bucket of somebody who wanted to know if they wanted to trade them. So he fixed one of those.
Oh wow.
And then we did this ridiculous horsing around stream that was pretty much just fighting.
Did you guys go running?
No, I wanted to go to the gym, but I went and had lunch with Elena when he went to the gym, so I didn't go. But Saturday night, it's like, this is all completely like, let's just drive to New York City. What the hell? And my friend Elena goes to sleep pretty early, and I didn't know her address. She has moved, and I didn't know where she lived. I didn't really think anything of it. So we left the shop at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I, dropped off Lewis in his prison neighborhood with the lights on so that everyone wakes up the next morning without dying. I mean, have you seen the lights on his street at night?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with that? That is terrifying.
Wait, what?
On Lewis's street, the Nazi search lamps.
Oh yeah, the bright ass lights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because people commit less crimes when it's bright as shit out.
Yeah.
Can't see what they're trying to steal.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, it's Sunday afternoon, believe me.
No, the place that I stayed the last time I was there.
It made you feel like you were.
Like
it made you feel like you were in a zombie movie. Like that you had to keep the lights on, and if the lights lost power, we'd all die because the zombies would just come out of the woods. That's what it felt like.
Well, I mean, if that light went out for 5 minutes, I guarantee you the thing that generates the light would be gone.
That's what I was asking. Like, why don't people just constantly sit there and shoot the lights out? I mean, it was just nuts. So I dropped him off there, and then I wanted to get the hell out of there as fast as possible. So I drive to, the nearest hotel, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we don't have any rooms." What? How do you not have any rooms?
Where's Mary?
That's exactly what I told him. I was like, it's starting to feel a little bit like Mary and Joseph here. And then I drove to, kind of further into Brooklyn, and they were like, I stopped at 3 or 4 hotels, and they were like, nope, no rooms because there's some big event at Barclays, which I didn't know. And then I called a few, and they were like, nope, we can't do reservations for today because it's too late. We're already on tomorrow. By now it was about 3 a.m. And so then I drove all the way out to JFK. And they did not have any rooms there either because there was a big weather event. God damn it! It was just ridiculous. So in the end, it was like 4:30 in the morning, and I had to text Lewis and be like, dude, I am screwed, and I can't believe this is this hard, and I'm giving up. So he's like, you can sleep in your car in front of the lights, you'll be perfectly fine.
So
that sucked.
Did you fix Backlight? Do you have theories on why it's not working?
No. My theory on why it's not working is that I am I need to test. Let's see. I think that my connector is maybe a little filled with flux and kind of probably pretty shitty. But let's just see.
I don't think Backlight's going to work.
You don't?
Nope. I think you're going to have to change PMIC. Wouldn't it be funny if that was really the solution to this one?
Yes. I would totally eat Milo's dog shit on stream.
You should stream that and then delete any other video you have related to Backlight.
Yes. Or just say dead phone, no backlight, no image,
yes.
All fixed, 100%, bro.
Oh god.
Oh man. All right, let's see what happens.
You should start a not so deep fix channel and just make like
shallow
videos.
Shallow fix.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, what time is it? Oh god, it's 11 o'clock. This is bullshit.
I'm an hour late. Cecilia's gonna kill me.
Yeah. All right, this is all bullshit. Okay, let's shower.
It's an hour late.
All right, so it's pretty much the same. It has Apple logo. Let's see if it'll boot. So I am finally testing. I see an is backlight. Oh, let's get a screen that actually has a backlight. Let me get a screen with backlight. Alrighty. So it sounds like iTunes is detecting it.
iTunes is detecting it.
Great. All right, let's get it. Yes. Why did you put back a screen that says bad home flex?
What?
That's your writing in the here's a screen. It says bad home flex. All right, let's see.
Because I wanted to test it with something else before.
What I want to know how Paul S found a hotel room when 12 different dudes in a row. All right, let's see. Wake it up. Do you have actual image or not? That's what I really want to know. Oh fuck me. The battery connector fell out. Boo.
Where's Mark's beer? Mark's not having beer.
Mark's having water
God.
and salads. He's a changed man. And he's so much happier.
I'm having water and salads and scotch and gin.
Wait, you're not drinking beer? Like when you are, drinking, on Sunday morning.
No, I went down to the Victor liquor store and got Bottle of scotch and a bottle of gin.
You did?
Yep.
How much is left?
How much is left?
Yeah.
Most of them. I don't really have time to.
I ain't got no time. I ain't got no time to sit around and have
Some
my
of us have a
woman
boss that's a slave driver.
making me search Milo shit and order net
I know.
guns. It's just
You could
bullshit.
have drank for the last 3 hours of work, and it wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't bring the scotch to work, so.
All right, I don't see backlight on that screen. So let's go back to the screen where we can see if it actually has image or not. Bloop. All right. Oh man, and tomorrow's the hard day at the course. Why are we here? This is retarded. Just so
Tomorrow's
many.
the day we're taking the night off.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Tomorrow we'll definitely need to take a night off. Let's definitely take a night off tomorrow.
Yeah.
Definitely take a night off tomorrow.
I'll put a dent in that scotch.
Yeah. All right, let's see what's up with. Let's see, does it get image or not? So I see Apple logo, and let's see if it will come to full display or not. Mark's shit scared. You'll beat the shit out of him. I don't speak shit talk. I don't speak trash talk. Let's see what this phone's gonna do. It sounds like it's detected by iTunes, and I want to see if it actually comes to full display or not. Or no.
No.
I need to know if it was actually. Who knows if it's water damaged or not? Who knows if this phone was water damaged or not? All right, no touch. Surprise, surprise. All right, it's got no touch.
Did you put those filters back?
I put some jumpers there, bro.
Ah.
No touch, and it does have image, and as far as I can tell, no backlight. All right, so we are at square one to start troubleshooting this phone, which I definitely don't want to start doing at 11 o'clock at night. I don't know about you.
How
Alright,
would you
let's
feel
see.
if I posted a link to the netgunstore.com in the HFL group?
That sounds a lot more fun than working on this. All right, so let's see what's up with this. All right. So I think we're kind of back to square one. I do need to know whether or not this is water damaged or not. So let's see. Oh, we can't see any of that. All right, I don't know. Well, it's super important. History is everything. All right.
Aaron E., I did not get the chips in that I need for that Samsung board, but we'll see. Hopefully soon.
All right, so we have some probably normal resistance on our backlight anode line, and we're gonna look around here, and I wonder how all of this stuff kind of came to pass. I want to see if my touch jumpers are on there. They look like they're on there. Okay. All right, so we're gonna investigate this 1v8 line short possibility. What? That ain't cool. All right, so let's compare it to known good or donor board that we have. And check out 1v8 line short. Let's see.
It's a known okay board.
It's a board. All right. What was this board here for? How did we end up in possession of this board?
It was a
Backlight that was like
it's a 50 milliamp board. That's all I know.
Damn, so normal diode mode reading is 0.34 on the 1P8 line, and on this board it's 0.02. Alright, so that All right, so 1v8 is just way too important for data and touch. So we need to we need to go figure out why we have a 0.02 diode mode reading on the 1v8 line.
What do you think about injecting 1v8 with the DC power supply so that you know that your 1v8 source can provide as many amps as needed to maintain that signal?
That's a good idea, but I just want to look at the line and see if anything is obvious, because I'm not convinced that it's not water damaged.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I knew from the beginning that this was water damaged, then I would have said that's too many variables to work on, you know, because that's...
You'd have said, we're going to fix touch because that's all we need to.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. You right. All right.
All right, I think I might have to go ahead.
I just want to see the 1v8 line. All right, so let's see let's take everybody over here. And yeah, I'm pretty much ready to put this aside for now, just kind of the...
Very disappointing for all the viewers.
Yeah, exactly. We never really started fixing it at all.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Eric just a minute ago was like, okay, so now we're going to start troubleshooting, right?
Exactly, right, exactly. All right, so this is where a lot of this is. So, you know, my plan here would be, oh shit. My plan would be to address why does it have a 1v8 line short. I really, really need to know if this is water damage or not, because otherwise it's not going to likely to fail.
Aaron's commenting, so Aaron, were
Right.
you the first one to look
It
at
might
this?
have been
And was there...
it might have been Mike over, you know, like
Yeah.
Mike from class. It's just too difficult to tell. Aaron, tell us about how this, you know, when did this develop a 1v8 line short? Oh, and that one's not my backlight driver. I need to take that off. Let's make sure that it's not under the other backlight driver that I didn't put on. All right, and then it would just be a matter of eliminating variables. So we would eliminate variables on a 1v8 rail until we can make some progress there. So that's off. Now let's test. Yeah, and see, there's a, we kind of have to question in there.
Yeah, there's just too many fucked up looking caps that are not, but not all of them.
Yes. All right, so I guess I would suspect, like back here, these guys went. This one.
We
Since
can't
that one's at the end. Oops. All right, we're just gonna start seeing what we can do to bring this line back up, and if we can't do that very quickly, then shut up, JBC. And then I would inject. Why don't we inject now, just to kind of see what gets.
I would like to know if that theory that the...
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, let's do it. All right, so a new plan. This is gonna be the last thing we're gonna do, because we have to get the fuck gone. We are gonna inject 1v8 into this, and then we're going to see whether or not the phone magically has backlight. If you can overcome the 1v8 short, which is a partial short, and see whether or not if you supply 1v8 externally, if this will sort of magically have backlight and or touch. All right, so let's find a good spot to inject 1v8, and let's pick a spot. What's
right across the top of them 4 caps.
That's a fantastic spot. All right, so we're gonna go. Let's take you guys over there. We are gonna inject 1v8 right here. That's a great spot to inject. We are gonna inject, and let's do it to it. All right, who's running jumpers today? All right, they brought. Look at the nice guys. Yeah, everybody. I was really proud of those guys for figuring out that very unusual image problem.
Uh-huh.
That was good. But man, that was painful, where he's like, where does it go? Where does it go? And you're just like, right there. And he found it, but that was...
We'll see how he does tomorrow.
See how he does tomorrow, yeah. on the famous sex toy. Oh, guess who has the sex toy mini?
Who?
The chick at the A+. She's like, I've got an iPad. And I was like, oh, if you want to donate it. She's like, great. So maybe we'll get a hot, fresh sex toy mini for this group to work on. All right, so I'm going to just put some wire onto this 1V8 and see what is what. All right, so I'm tinning the wire, and all right, let's take
Eric asks if you can confirm it's actually driven to 1.8 without external DCPS.
Nope.
I'm gonna
say yes because it boots.
Yeah, because
There's no way it
because
could
you
boot
have
without
image and because it's booting.
Yeah.
It's definitely 1.8, and
Yep.
because I've seen this a handful of times before, and it's always 1.8, even though there's a partial short.
Yeah. All right. 1, 2. Skip a few, and let's go here. Oh, what is on the end of that soldering iron? All right. Fair enough. And we don't have a battery. I was using DC to put it on.
Oh crap!
Oh,
We have a
snap.
battery.
That works?
Yeah.
Do we? It's
Yeah.
charged? That's a friggin' miracle.
Where's the Success Plus?
I mean, I have the one that was in there.
Yeah, the battery that's in there should be charged.
It's charged? Okay.
You might want to check it first, but No.
I just trust you. You're not gonna lie
Just
to me.
wing it.
Just gonna wing it. Just gonna get a hotel room. It's fine. Just later, somewhere. I don't know where. All right. Okay. What?
I don't know why I thought of it, but
Were you just
Need to get-
tearing up about Milo?
need to
It's
get
all right.
Lewis to send me like some Pepe stickers to
For
put
what?
to put places. Like,
Places.
just hide them like on every test part. Or like on the
I really
on
think
the inside of cabinet doors at the house.
I really think that
The back of the fridge.
the back of the fridge. Oh man, I really want to do.
I know. That's why I was like, I started
That's
laughing.
why he's
I
like.
was-
What I think would be, I said this on his stream, that would be really funny would be the fan idea. This might have been your idea about like getting a bunch of dead MacBook fans and just like sending them to Jason and having Jason just like run around the room tossing them out so that whole room is littered with dead MacBook fans. So the next time you're like, no, let's see if it works. He has no way to distinguish which ones are actually working fans. That would be a great troll. That would be one of my favorite trolls, I think. All right. Now let's see what happens here. All right, so we are now going to inject. This is what I've been doing for grounds on these. Do you do this? Lift up the
yeah,
tray.
on the S. That's great.
The little ground pad,
Yep.
the ground alligator clamper. So thoughtful, don't you just love it when they do something?
Yeah, I
like
wish
you're
the
like,
6 had that.
Yeah, I love that guy. Ding. All right, and we have 130 milliamps going into 1V8. Hoot doggy.
Well,
All right.
That doesn't fit with the math that was done in the Facebook thread.
No, it doesn't. But whatever. What you gonna do? All right, so let's see what happens. So I see no backlight. I don't think anyway. Do we have backlight? And Apple logo as usual.
And you're only drawing between 10 and 20 milliamps.
Right. So let's just make that sure it has touch. Touch works! Yay!
Wait, so did you do something to fix touch between this? No, just injecting voltage.
It could have been, poor connection at screen. I wasn't really investigating it. And we can find out. We can turn that off and see whether or not that touch goes away. What I am going to do, but because touch came back, I'm going to get rid of this screen and go to my new screen to see if the one, I don't know if that screen's backlight works at all. So let's try this screen and see if backlight magically comes back and that if backlight was somehow lost because of the 1v8 short. So let's see. Let's see what happens now. All right, so we're still drawing. We're drawing 110 milliamps. And
Chris made an interesting suggestion. Inject 1.8 and use the hot air gun on lower heat and watch for amp draw increase as you near where the short is at.
No backlight. I just still want to see if it kind of boots. It's also not consuming anything out of there of the 1v8 support.
Did you solder it to your positive connector? Or those things do not clamp that wire very good at all. I always solder on that.
Okay, so let's get rid of that.
It worked. 47 years ago. Look at that. The backup was created 47 years ago. Wow.
Alright, so let's see. No backlight.
Houston, capital H.
Did I give you the USB?
No way to know if there's image. Or if that screen's could be a piece of shit. So let's see. All right, so getting touch back though, I would still look for 1v8 short, but first I would replace the entire backlight circuit just to eliminate that as a variable, because you can get in a 6S no backlight just because you get a bad coil if you had a short to ground. It's really unclear if this ever had a short to ground. I'm going to guess it probably did because I don't see strong damage at the pads. So if you have a filter blow up, you'll get strong, especially in the 6 Plus, really violent damage at the backlight pads, the backlight filter pads. So I don't see that very strong, obvious filter damage, which tells me that backlight failed originally for a different reason, not the filter. So that kind of leaves short to ground or other or water damage. So I would suspect that there was at some time a short to ground on the backlight line, and I would kind of then windshield wiper that whole circuit just to rule that out. And it looks like a lot of that would be done. Actually, we only have one driver on here, and I'm not 100% sure we have continuity. I'm not sure we have good diodes or a path. I didn't investigate any of that. I was just correcting initial presentation in order to be able to start measuring. So really, we're still at square one. We have to replace the whole backlight circuit just to eliminate variables. And then we have to figure out what's up with this very unusual 1v8 short and see if we can figure out what's up with that.
I like Chris's idea.
I don't hear this booting. What?
That heat will change the resistance of the short.
Yeah, I don't like that idea.
No. I think that's reasonable, like 200 degrees or something.
I don't like that idea. That's too much of a variable. I mean, if you want to ask for heat, just ask about heat. There's no reason to
that small of a short isn't going to generate heat. But heating the board is going to lower the resistance.
Why not? We see heat all the time on a 100, 200 milliamp short. That's what the NAND cap is, 100 milliamp short.
I've never personally seen heat on a 100 milliamp short.
Pshaw.
Nope.
You can totally find heat on a 100 milliamp short.
No way.
Way. No way. Let's find it. Let's see. Let's see if there's any heat from that short. Let's take that off.
We should do that when we start streaming this board again.
Yeah. Just want to see if it gets hot. Also, if it does have water damage, it's got its fucking shield still on it. Like, what the fuck? We have to find. We can't really do anything else until we find out if it actually had water damage or not. Which sucks that you can't just see the board. I mean, the board is water damaged now, but we don't know if it was actually kind of subjected to typical water damage or not. Gotta know what happened. We gotta know what happened. It only has one driver right now, but normally it has two. This board has too many variables. It still has a fucking shield on it.
I don't think you're gonna find the 0 milliamp short.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can take prim and low. I'm not sure you can go all the way down there. All right, I'm too tired to take off the chip. All right, we are gonna be done. So this board has kind of really just completed phase 1, which is return it to a condition where we can actually tell it. And it still has, you know, that's kind of like round 1. Round 2 of eliminating variables if the fault is no backlight is, you know, even though it's not going to make a difference, we have to replace the backlight circuit with our parts, you know, that we know the history, which, you know, we've got to do that, replace that stuff with new parts. We can't, like, allow the variable of somebody else's work with their, you know, who knows where they're getting stuff from, who knows if they're reballing chips or what. So we have to kind of windshield wiper backlight circuits just to rule it out, even though it's probably not going to make a difference because we've got this 1V8 short. And then you got to go short hunting and figure out why, you know, what's the source of the 1V8 short. So ideas about how to find a 1V8 short are all premature because this one, you know, we're just testing to see if it actually still has the initial problem, which it does. And then you just kind of have to be really systematic and logical. So is you kind of have to replace all of the backlight components because there's a lot of replacement parts that are on there. And then after that, then it's time to go short detecting. So then we would use strategies to try to find 1V8 short. And that could include trying to do what we did and sort of supplement for that short and see if that kind of solves the underlying problem. And then consider the physical presentation of the board, but mostly the history. If the history is water damage, meaning that the phone went into water and then got put on a charger with a native battery, that picture of water damage, of untreated water damage, that changes your thinking of what kinds of components will fail because of water damage, versus if the history is this happened after drop, that changes your thinking of what kind of components are going to fail. Then you're going to have chip failures, whereas before you'd have like cap failures and corrosion under chips and non-underfilled chips, versus if this was happening at technician damage, where it would be a screen connected causing that. So that history, I think we can find out because we have access to the original presenter of the phone. So having that history will completely change our thinking in the repair. So I think that's probably a dissatisfying stream for most of you guys, but we cannot work on it anymore at 11:21 because we have got to be back in here to teach a long, exhausting day of no power phone troubleshooting and the data recovery for the Sextoy Mini, technical proficiency plus troubleshooting all the student devices, and then work on the queue. And we're exhausted, so we are going to check out. And I don't know if I'm gonna be motivated to put more time into this or not. Probably. Well, I don't know.
It would be nice to figure it out.
I like this phone. It's fun. It's definitely kind of hobby work, and I don't want to get too far behind. Maybe this weekend. Not sure. Alrighty. Let's be done with this stream. And hopefully we'll circle back to this phone and we'll let you guys know when we pick it back up.